Hey everyone, it's Heidi and welcome back to this week's episode of Baby Name Sunday. Today I am going to give you guys another speed round list. So as by the title, I'm going to give you guys 100 unisex baby names that could work for either boy or for girl. I actually got some amazing help from the naming community over on Instagram here. So I'm going to link all of the ones that helped me out with this video down in the description below because you guys got to check out their Instagram. It is amazing. They have amazing names and some of the most sweetest people from all around the world. So definitely go check them out, and thank you guys so much for sending in your name requests here. But if you guys are new here, again, my name is Heidi and every single Sunday I upload baby name lists here on YouTube. Definitely go check me out over on Instagram as well. It's at Baby Name Sunday. I'll have it right here and I'll also have it linked down in the description. So just like my last speed round video, I am going to go through the list quite quickly. I'm going to give the name, how it's spelled, the origin, and then the meaning. I have soft unisex names, edgy. There's ones that have turned more so from a boy name to a girl name and vice versa. So definitely a really great variety for everyone out there. So let's get into this amazing list of 100 unisex baby names. All right, so to start the list off, let's start off with the name Banks. So spelled B-A-N-K-S. This one's actually an English surname meaning one who lives on the hillside or riverbank. Another one that I have here for you is the name AUBREY. So spelled A-R-A-E, short and simple. This one's actually an Armenian name meaning king, or could resemble some royalty as well. Another one here that's so sweet. I love it because it's only 3 letters, and that is the name Pax. So spelled P-A-X. This one's Latin originated meaning peace, which honestly I absolutely love that meaning. Next one here is the name Lockley. So this one could be spelled 2 different ways, L-O-C-K-L-E-Y, or without the C. This one is an Anglo-Saxon originated locational surname, and it has Old English origins meaning glade by the lake, and it's also known as Robin Hood's hometown. This one is a nature name, and that is the name Perry. So it's spelled P-E-R-R-Y. This one's an English originated name meaning pear tree. I honestly have such a sweet spot for nature names. I love them so much. Another one here, obviously guilty pleasure of mine, is the name Phoenix. So it's spelled P-H-O-E-N-I-X. It's actually my daughter's middle name. So this one's Greek originated, meaning dark red, but it's also the name of a mythological bird symbolizing rebirth. This one is totally vintage, but it has a modern sound to it, and that's the name Tennyson. So it's spelled T-E-N-N-Y-S-O-N. This one's English originated, meaning son of Dennis, but it's actually a Victorian poet's name back in the day, making it completely vintage, but you can also have that really cool modern nickname Tenny. One of my favorite names on the list here is the name Escher, so spelled E-S-C-H-E-R. This one's a German surname inspired name meaning one who lived near an ash tree or grove, so it has some nature elements to it as well. Next one is an amazing H choice here. It's the name Halsey, so spelled H-A-L-S-E-Y. Nickname could be Hall, and this one's English originated meaning hollowed island. This one here can totally be a semi-virtue name. It's the name Braven, so spelled B-R-A-V-E-N. So this one's originally Latin originated meaning fierce, but it also ties well with an English word, obviously, meaning brave, which symbolizes courage for a little girl or a little boy. Next one here could be spelled 2 different ways. It's the name Arlen, spelled A-R-L-E-N, or you can do L-Y-N. This one's an Irish originated name meaning pledged, promise, and oath. Moving on to a more invented name, this one's the name Presley, so spelled P-R-E-Z-L-E-Y. This one's derived from the English name Presley, meaning priest's meadow. This one here, oh my word, I feel like for a little girl would be so cool, and it's more so geared towards a boy's name generally, but this is the name Silas. So spelled S-I-L-A-S. It's an English from Latin originated name meaning wood or forest, but it's also a biblical name in the New Testament. A Scandinavian name I have on the list is the name Jensen, so spelled J-E-N-S-E-N. This one means son of Jens, and Jens means God is gracious. Moving on to a place-inspired name, this is the name Ellington, so spelled E-L-L-I-N-G-T-O-N. This one's also a surname-inspired name meaning meaning Ellis's town, which kind of brings me to my next name, which is the name Ellis, so spelled E-L-L-I-S, and that is a Welsh originated name meaning benevolent, but it could totally work for a little girl as well, a little Ellis. Another one that begins with the letter E is the name Enlo, so spelled E-N-L-O-E. This one's an invented name, but it has traces of being a surname. In Dutch translation, it's meaning living in the bush or woodlands. A Hebrew name I have on the list here is the name Azai, so spelled A-Z-A-I. This one means strength, and the nickname could totally be Azzy or even just Zai. So kind of like Kai. Take the K off, make it a little bit more edgier, and you have a Zai. Another one I have here is the name Berkeley, so spelled B-E-R-K-E-L-E-Y. This one's an English originated name meaning where the birches grow, so like a birch tree. Another one here with an X in it is the name Moxley, so spelled M-O-X-L-E-Y. I love this one. It's Old Norse meaning renowned wolf. So it has some animal inspirations behind it as well. Next I have is the name Sloane, so spelled S-L-O-A-N-E. This one's Irish originated, meaning raider. Another one that I find has moved more so over to the girl side, and it's really definitely become a trendy unisex name, and that's the name Wyatt, so spelled W-Y-A-T-T. This one's an English surname meaning brave in battle. I have a lot of E-names on this list. Is the name Estes. I believe that's the way it's pronounced. It's actually a famous park in Colorado. Let me know. I'm pretty sure it's Estes. Also, some people could probably pronounce it Estes. It's E-S-T-E-S, and it's a Latin surname meaning from a famous ruling house. So definitely very powerful. This one is super sweet. It's the name Wren, W-R-E-N, which is an English nature name, and it's actually the name of a songbird. This one is one of my favorite place names, and that's the name Milan, so spelled M-I-L-A-N. So this one's obviously place inspired, but it's also a Slavic originated name meaning gracious deer. I am a die-hard fan for this one. It's the name Everson, so spelled E-V-E-R-S-O-N, or you can do S-Y-N for a girl if you do want. It's an Anglo-Saxon originated name meaning boar and strong. This one here has been a trendy favorite, and that's the name Tatum, so spelled T-A-T-U-M. This one's English originated meaning Tate's homestead, with Tate being a Norse name meaning cheerful. The next one, speaking of cool, is the name Zayden, so spelled Z-A-D-E-N. This one's a trendy, modern, invented name, similar to Jaden, which means God has heard. Another one that's been an absolute fan favorite of mine, and that's the name Sutton, so spelled S-U-T-T-O-N. This one's English originated, meaning from the southern homestead. Loving this one. It's the name Rooney, so spelled R-O-O-N-E-Y. This one's an English originated name, meaning descendant of the champion. Moving on to our next one here. This one has an amazing nickname. This is the name Halston, so spelled H-A-L-S-T-O-N. It's an English originated name meaning hollowed stone, but the nickname could be Hollis, like H-O-L-L-I-S, which definitely has been a little trendy recently, but so adorable for either gender. This one, we're moving on to a Hawaiian inspired name, and that's the name Kalani, so spelled K-A-L-A-N-I. This one's, again, Hawaiian originated, meaning the heavens or the spirit of the sky. And it's also a Finnish originated name, meaning my fish. I have a color name for the next one, and that's the name Bronze. So it's B-R-O-N-Z-E. This one's obviously both a color name, but it's also a metal name that is kind of like a yellowish brownish color. This one is so cool with a T-O-N ending, and that's the name Lexington. So it's L-E-X-I-N-G-T-O-N. This one's an English originated name meaning town of the new law. You can totally nickname him or her Lex or Lexi for a girl. I have the name Farren here, so spelled F-A-R-R-E-N. This one's English originated, meaning a bold traveler, so maybe a wanderlust family or a family full of travelers. Great name here for either boy or girl. This one is so fun. I love it. It's the name Iggy, so spelled I-G-G-Y. This one's Latin originated, meaning fiery, but it's actually a diminutive of the name Ignatius, which I totally can see it now. It's kind of like a short form, but a lot of people have been going for those. Another one that has moved from more of a boy's name to a girl's name, and then now it's for both, and that's the name Darcy. So it's spelled D-A-R-C-Y. This one's French and Irish originated, meaning from Arcy, which Arcy means dark. Next is another color name, and that's the name Azure. So it's spelled A-Z-U-R-E. It is derived from a Persian name meaning sky blue. It's gorgeous, really great for maybe a beach babe as well. Next is another A name, and that's the name Odin or Auden. It's spelled A-U-D-E-N, depending on how you pronounce it wherever you may be. It's an English originated name meaning old friend. This one has been such a favorite of mine. I feel like I've done this one on another list of mine, but I had to add it. It's the name Aluka. So it's spelled I-L-U-K-A. You can have that nickname Luca. It's actually a Yagyr, Y-A-Y-G-I-R, Aboriginal name from Australia, meaning by the sea. You can have Azure and Aluka. Super exotic, different, and unique. Next one here is so fun, and I find this one is a southern name, and that's the name Gentry. So it's spelled G-E-N-T-R-Y. It's an English originated name meaning aristocracy, and I literally had so much trouble pronouncing this one, but it means of the highest class. I have another color name here. It's the name Ochre. So it's O-C-H-R-E. Honestly, this is one of my favorite color names right now. It's Greek originated, meaning pure yellow. Moving on to a Norse inspired name. This is the name Riven. So it's spelled R-I-V-V-E-N. So with the double V's, it makes it more of a modern invented name, but R-I-V-E-N is actually a Norse name meaning to split. This one is so fun, and it's the name Marley, M-A-R-L-E-Y. This one's English originated, meaning pleasant seaside meadow, which with those nature ties, I love the meaning of that one. Just so peaceful sounding. I have a place name here, and that's the name Berlin. So it's B-E-R-L-I-N. It's a German originated name meaning borderline, and obviously it's the German capital. Another one here very similar to Iggy with those shorter, cool, trendier names. It's the name Aussie. So it's O-Z-Z-I-E. This one's English originated, meaning divine power. So a lot of those shorter names have really powerful meanings behind them. I love this one. It's the name Cien. So spelled C-I-E-N, short and sweet, only 4 letters. It's a Polish name meaning shade or shadow. Moving on to an English virtue name, and that's the name Valor. So spelled V-A-L-O-R. So this one means strength of the mind and spirit. I have another place inspired name here. It's the name Seattle. So spelled S-E-A-T-T-L-E. So this one's the capital of the US state of Washington, and the actual name Seattle means wisdom. Another one here that I find is so sweet for either or is the name Aubrey. So spelled A-U-B-R-E-Y. This one's English from French originated, meaning elf ruler. This one here is the name Palmer. So spelled P-A-L-M-E-R. This one's English originated, meaning one who holds a palm. Another one I have here is the name Amory. So spelled A-M-O-R-I-E, or you can do O-R-Y. This one's German originated, meaning industrious. So definitely hardworking, very independent. So this one has kind of some history to it. It's a surname made famous by an American who was known as like an influential dancer in films, and that's the name Astaire. So it's what A-S-T-A-I-R-E. So his name was Fred Astaire, and the name Astaire is an Austrian Jewish name. Next one is a gemstone name, and this one is so amazing for a girl, and that's the name Onyx. So O-N-Y-X. So this one is a gemstone name symbolizing power and protection. Moving on to a name ending in L-E-Y, and that's the name Renly. So spelled R-E-N-L-E-Y. This one was actually hard to find info on, but it seems to mean love, dynamic, and being eventful. We cannot go through this list without this name, and that's the name Everest. So spelled E-V-E-R-E-S-T. So this one's a place-inspired name, and obviously it is named from the tallest peak, the tallest mountain in the world. Next one, I love this for a girl. It's the name Blair. So spelled B-L-A-I-R. It's Scottish, meaning dweller on the plain. This one is fun. It starts with a W. That's the name Winsley. So spelled W-I-N-S Ley. It's another place-inspired name. It's actually a town in England. I have another A name on the list, and that's the name Ashton. So spelled A-S-H-T-O-N. This one's English originated, meaning ash tree place. This one is so fun. It's a virtue name or very travel-esque inspired, and that's the name Journey. So it's like J-O-U-R-N-E-Y or N-E-E if you do want. Obviously an American word name meaning to travel from one place to another or to follow, go ahead on your journey of life. Another one here I have is the name Hartley. So it's spelled H-A-R-T-L-E-Y. This one's English originated, meaning stag meadow or like a deer meadow. The next name here is the name Teague. So it's spelled T-E-A-G-U-E. I love this one as kind of like a more unique version of Tegan, and it's actually a Scottish originated name meaning bard or poet, so it has a little bit of musical inspiration behind it. This one is so different, and that's the name Sumner. So S-U-M-N-E-R. This one was actually made famous by an abolitionist. It was an English occupational name. Next name I have here is the name Reeves. So R-E-E-V-E-S, Keanu Reeves. It's an English occupational name, again meaning bailiff. This one has been kind of a more popular name, trendy for girls right now, and that's the name Greer. So it's G-R-E-E-R. It's Scottish and Latin originated, meaning alert and watchful. I have the name Calloway. So it's C-A-L-L-O-W-A-Y. Irish originated from Latin, meaning pebbly place. Another W name here is the name Wesley. So it's W-E-S-L-E-Y. This one's English originated, meaning western meadow. This one is a trendy one, and that's the name Zephyr. So it's Z-E-P-H-Y-R. This one's Greek originated, meaning west wind. Next name is nautical inspired, and that's the name Quay. So it's spelled Q-U-A-Y. This one's a French word name meaning wharf. Another really cool name here, this one is a modern invented name from a more classic name, and that's the name Kaylor. So it's like K-A-I-L-O-R. Totally just realized that you could have Kai as maybe like a nickname there. So this one again is an American invented name derived from the name Taylor, which means a tailor. Makes sense. So the next one here is the name Luxen, so L-U-X-E-N. This one's a rare surname, very rare. It's used all over the world actually. And this one you can totally have that nickname Lux, which is Latin originated meaning light. I have another place inspired name, and that's the name Harlem. So H-A-R-L-E-M. This one is derived from obviously the New York City, I want to say borough or maybe suburb. I don't know how it's like works there, but I feel like it's a borough. Another name I have here is the name Layton. It's spelled L-A-Y-T-O-N. This one's Old English originated, meaning settlement of a leek garden. This next one would make such a great honorary surname name, and that's the name Miller. So it's spelled M-I-L-L-E-R. It's actually an occupational name meaning grinder of grain. Another great honorary name is the name Collins. So it's spelled C-O-L-L-I-N-S. This one's Irish and Scottish, meaning pup. This one, month-inspired name, is the name August. Majority of people always think of this for a boy name. For a girl, it would be amazing. So it's A-U-G-U-S-T. This one's also a German-originated name, meaning magnificent. Another name here I have is the name Suede. So it's S-U-E-D-E. This one's an English word name, but also a French name meaning Swedish, which totally didn't know that. Another H name, love this one. It's the name Huntley. So H-U-N-T-L-E-Y. Nickname could be Hunt, and it's an English originated name meaning meadow of the hunter. Another occupational name here, I actually have quite a few occupational names on this list, is the name Parker. So P-A-R-K-E-R, and this one obviously means park keeper. Next one is edgy, and one of my guilty pleasure names is the name Lennox. So it's L-E-N-N-O-X. This one's Scottish originated, meaning elm grove. I seriously love that one. Another one I've been really loving lately is the name Payson. So P-A-Y-S-O-N. So this one's a surname, but very similar to the name Peyton, which means fighting man's estate. This one is nature inspired, and that's the name Avalon. So it's spelled A-V-A-L-O-N. I always love saying this name. I feel like it just sounds so cool, like Avalon. This one's Celtic originated, meaning island of the apples. Another one that I have been loving for a girl, and that's the name Grady. So it's spelled G-R-A-D-Y. This one is Irish originated, meaning noble. This one here, the name Fallon. So it's spelled F-A-L-L-O-N. This one's Irish originated, meaning leader. And then I have another Irish name here, is the name Rory. So it's spelled R-O-R-Y. So that one means red king. So a little bit more royal sounding. This next one is definitely one of my favorites on the list, and that's the name Ardsley. So it's like A-R-D-S-L-E-Y, another L-E-Y ending name. This one's English originated, meaning lover's meadow. I have the name Ryland, so it's spelled R-Y-L-A-N-D. This one I actually grew up absolutely loving next to Riley. This one's Old English originated, meaning where the rye is grown. Another one I absolutely love for a girl is the name Frankie. So it's spelled F-R-A-N-K-I-E. This one's Latin originated, meaning free man or free woman. Moving on to a family name of mine, and that's the name Austin. So it's spelled A-U-S-T-I-N. This one's English originated, meaning majestic, which definitely I did not know. Another amazing name that's more so moved over to the girl side is the name Reese. So it's spelled R-E-E-S-E. This one could be spelled a bunch of different ways, but it's Welsh originated, meaning ardor. Another popular favorite here that's so unique is the name Keelan. So it's spelled K-E-E-L-A-N. This one's another Irish name meaning companion. I can't go through this list without having this one as well, and that's the name Emerson. So it's spelled E-M-E-R-S-O-N. This one is German originated, meaning son of Emery, which Emery means industrious. So again, a very independent name. Now onto a fresh nature name, and that's the name Cedar. So spelled C-E-D-A-R. This one is obviously referring to a cedar tree. I have a musically inspired name here. It's the name Pfeiffer. So spelled F-I-F-E-R. This one's a Scottish occupational name, and I definitely feel like this would be a really great sibling to Miller. Pfeiffer and Miller. Another one that I actually grew up that I was obsessed with is the name Corbin. So spelled C-O-R-B-I-N. And that one's Latin originated, meaning raven. The next one here has been more so geared towards a boy, but I want to gear this one into a unisex name because it's definitely been more populating on the girl side as well now, and that's the name Beckett. So it's B-E-C-K-E-T-T. Nickname could be Beck. And this one's an English and Irish originated name meaning beehive, little brook, or bee cottage. So if you're a fan of bees, what a great name, Beckett. Now this one is definitely a near and dear to my heart because our son was actually named this for, I want to say, the first 6 months of my pregnancy, and that's the name Maddox. So it's M-A-D-D-O-X. I am obsessed with this name. It's Welsh originated, meaning a son of Maddox, which means fortunate or fortunate son. We are finally down to our two final names here. I have the name Remington. So it's R-E-M-I-N-G-T-O-N. This one's definitely favorite of mine with that T-O-N ending. This one's an English originated name meaning place on a riverbank, and it actually has the sweetest nickname like Remy, R-E-M-I or R-E-M-Y. All right, so we're down to the very final name. All right, so we're down to the very final name, and this one you can have like a boy spelling and a girl spelling if you really want, and that's the name Hart. So spelled H-A-R-T, or maybe for a girl you could do H-E-A-R-T, like the English word name. It could symbolize some love. But this one is an English originated and Yiddish name meaning stag, so like a male deer. So it has those nature inspirations, kind of can symbolize that love and that adoration for that child, that new life and new beginning in your family. So thank you guys all so much for watching this video. I hope you guys absolutely loved all of these amazing unisex choices. And again, make sure you guys go check out all of the naming community that helped me out with this video. I have all of their handles linked down below. Thank you guys so much, and definitely go check it out for some really amazing inspiration for a bunch of different name styles. They have such great names and definitely different from mine. So go check them out. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next Sunday with another baby names list. Take care. Bye.